showdown in Murfreesboro. The 100 Miles of Hate series begins again. Western Kentucky taking on the Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee. As we look at the starting lineups here, first for Middle Tennessee, DeAndre Dishman leading the way for the Blue Raiders. As for Western Kentucky, Davion McKnight injured in the last game, and he is back in the lineup today. Alex Del Barrio alongside Mike O'Donnell here. As you see the lineups now for Western Kentucky. The tallest player in the country, Jamarian Sharp, at 7'5", 235 pounds. He's going to be fun to watch here as we're getting underway. Here in Murfreesboro, New Year's Eve showdown. Again, Alex Del Barrio, Mike O'Donnell, glad to have you with us here on this New Year's Eve. Mike, this one is always a good one.
No question about it. Middle Tennessee really wants this thing to be a track meet. Western Kentucky, don't be surprised if they try to slow it down a little bit and force the Blue Raiders to guard.
Underway, that is McKnight with the basketball. Again, injured on Thursday, late in the game against Rice. So McKnight up top here to Aycott, the Boise State transfer.
Aycott was late. Sharp was open in the duck-in.
Aycott working it inside, lost the handle for a bit, able to get it back. 6 on the shot clock, though. He's got to hurry. Middle Tennessee will hound you on defense. Aycott will pull up from inside the circle and miss short.
How good was that defensive possession for the Blue Raiders? That's what they do. They want to force you into taking contested jumpers.
Eli Lawrence launches from long range. Middle Tennessee, not a very good three-point shooting team. It taps out to McKnight. Here he comes in transition, runs his way into the lane, and with the putback, there he is. It's Sharp with the lay-in.
And that was a hungry play from Jamarian Sharp, racing towards down the rim. That's one of the things he does so well as a 7'5" big. Alex, he is really mobile.
Phil Cunningham is coaching the Western Kentucky squad team. As we take a look at the Middle Tennessee head coach, Nick McDevitt, now in his 5th year here, 58 and 78, his 10th year coaching overall. But he's done a nice job with this Middle Tennessee squad. As we look over on the other side, Phil Cunningham, again, the associate head coach of this team. Rick Stansbury out with some health issues, health matter. So he will not be coaching this the squad for the 2nd straight game, although Phil Cunningham has coached Western Kentucky against Middle Tennessee with Coach Stansbury out and has done well against Middle Tennessee whenever Coach Stansbury's been out.
And he's one of the most respected assistant coaches in the country. He's been a head coach at Troy for multiple years, and he's been with Western Kentucky for a while. They're actually taking a look and see if there is a goaltending play on that previous possession. That's why we have a bit of a stoppage in game action.
You know, you mentioned hungry when we were referring to Jamarian Sharp just a second ago on that putback layup. You're talking about hungry Jamar. That's something he challenged him, and he mentioned it in front of the team, saying we need hungry Jamar moving forward. We're looking at a goaltend here, apparently. And the officials gone over to look at that.
They're going to have to slow that way down because that happened extremely quickly. But going back to your point, though, Alex, about Jamarian Sharp, is about 3 days ago, the coaching staff and his teammates challenged him to his face and said, we want hungry Jamarian Sharp back. We want hungry Jamar back. And he played like in the last game versus Rice, where just had hit double figures, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks. They need him to be aggressive and active. Let's see if the ball hits the rim first. That to me looks like we're going to eventually play on here, unless there was additional action of grabbing the net and affecting the ball coming off of the rim as he was coming down. And they're really taking their time here. This is
a long look for a goaltender.
This is a really long look for the goaltender. As we're waiting to see what actually happens, we showed Coach Nick McDevitt of Middle Tennessee briefly. And he was 15-0 at home last season. And Middle Tennessee had just a fantastic season last season, and they expect to be really good again this season. They had 0 players leave in the transfer portal. there were only one of 3 teams in the country that didn't have any players in and out of the transfer portal.
So we're back to live action here. Western Kentucky with possession and a 2-0 lead here. And they call this rivalry series 100 miles of hate. Only 100 miles separates these two schools. See a skip over to Akon up top. Hamilton. Work it down low into Sharp. Sharp down the baseline, trying to get it over to McKnight as we take a look at the series history between these two teams. Middle Tennessee leads the series since both programs were in Conference USA, but Western Kentucky leads it all time, 97-45. But Middle Tennessee, 15 of the last 25 or so meetings. Akot way up top, misses wildly to the left.
So second possession at Middle Tennessee took Western Kentucky down to the end of the shot clock. Great defensive start for the Blue Raiders.
Cameron Weston over here to Leonard Jr.
Great defense, wow.
Good takeaway there, Western Kentucky, they will run. Here's Akot in transition, lays it up and in. Emmanuel Akot, again, the Boise State transfer, was Mountain West Conference honorable mention, was on the all-tournament team last year. Played that first round game against Memphis in the NCAA tournament. Weston up high. Now it's Dishman on the block. Here comes the double from Frampton. Miss, and it's tapped out to Akot.
That was a terrific closeout by Luke Frampton, who had to come all the way across the court for that closeout.
Here's Akot. Stops left of the circle to Frampton.
Haven't had much continuity. Here comes the ball screen. That's where they're really good. McKnight and Sharp.
They'll skip it back over to the corner. 3-point attempt. Hamilton off the heel.
It's hard to get clean looks against this Middle Tennessee defense. They don't want you shooting threes. They don't want anything around the rim. They want you to take long 2-pointers.
Buford for 3. Misses. Gets tapped out, the long rebound to the hands of McKnight. Here they come in transition. Frampton launches the 3. Got it. Luke Frampton from downtown. You do not want him to get hot. He's been hot all season. 54% shooting from downtown this year for Luke Frampton, the Davidson transfer.
That isn't a hot take. 54% from 3 is crazy. He's 4th in the country in 3-point shooting.
Leonard puts it up. Count the basket and the foul. Middle Tennessee able to get a field goal, as you talk about Frampton there.
That's a really nice hezzy. Getting to the rim, absorbing the contact, and that's what Middle Tennessee does. They're not going to shoot a lot of threes. If they don't get anything in transition, which they're exceptionally good at, they're going to attack, get downhill and attack the rim. That's their offense.
T. Leonard, the sophomore from Snyder, Texas. You know, we've been talking about Demarion Sharp and his ability to block shots. He can block shots pretty well in his own right.
He's tied for 6th in Middle Tennessee history and career blocks. Just a big-time athlete with fantastic timing.
2nd in CUSA, 20th in the country. McKnight.
The ball pressure of Middle Tennessee is bothering Western so much that they're missing Sharp on the duck-ins.
Akot draws the foul. And it's going to go against Leonard. Leonard's dealt with some foul trouble. He's fouled out of 2 games this year against Winthrop and Belmont. He's had to come out here after picking up his first. And nearly a takeaway. McKnight able to stay with it, hang on to the basketball. McKnight drives way off balance. Fans here wanted to travel. 3-point attempt left wing, and it's good. Emmanuel Akot from downtown. Here come the Bluebirds.
I wasn't sure if McKnight actually came down or not. That was really close to being a travel.
First layup underneath is good.
Dishman. They call him Uncle Dish because he's been playing college basketball for 7 years. He just knows how to play angles. Great footwork.
24 years old. He'll be 25 in January. Seeing a lot of those 25-year-olds around the country as Acott launches again for three. This time it's off the heel. Tapped it out, tried to get it back to Acott, but it'll go out of play, and it's going back to Middle Tennessee on the other side.
This is Frampton, transition. If he getting hot, he's gonna be really good.
Here's a look at the CUSA standings where we stand going into today's action. You see Middle Tennessee with a win. That came back in early November against Rice. But both teams with losers on Thursday. As we welcome you courtside, Alex Tobario alongside former UCF sharpshooter Mike O'Donnell. Mike, Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee, usually the standard bearers in this league, but there's some other teams in this league this year that are performing pretty well.
Florida Atlantic and Dusty May, they are playing unbelievably well. They have a net ranking of 10 in the country, a monster quad one win at Florida. This is the deepest that Conference USA has been in a long time.
And we were talking with Coach McDevitt yesterday, and he says, yeah, the teams up at the top right now, teams like UAB, even Charlotte can beat them. There's some really strong teams in this league. This could be a two-bid league for the first time in a very long time.
A lot of things need to happen. UAB and Florida Atlantic need to continue to be playing extremely well. However, in non-conference, Conference USA has been terrific. There's 65-36 in non-conference games. It's the best winning percentage in a decade of Conference USA basketball.
But while you talk about UAB, and FAU, Middle Tennessee, Western Kentucky, always in the mix for a CUSA title. Middle Tennessee losing in the CUSA semifinals last year. And what a rejection there from Sharp. You're going to see a lot of that. It leads the country in that department. Takeaway from Lawrence. He goes up for the layup and misses. Christian Lander's got it here for Western Kentucky, the Indiana transfer with the basketball now. Lander on the wing. McKnight on the drive, a whistle before he can get to the rim.
This is number one in the country in blocks. Jamarion Sharp comes from the other end of the court. Look at that, a full extension. Very, very close to being called a goaltend.
Fresh 20 here for the Hilltoppers. Lander on the drive, strong off the window, but he's fouled. He's got free throws coming up. First foul called against Jared Coleman-Jones. 6-point lead as we take a look at Leonard and Sharp. We talked quite a bit about Sharp. Obviously way ahead in the national rankings in blocks, 4.4, but Leonard doing a nice job as well. He's 20th in the country, second in the conference. And big difference though. Sharp is 7'5", Leonard is 6'7".
Leonard's timing is just terrific on his blocks, but Sharp doesn't get enough credit for how athletic he is. Everybody talks about the height and his wingspan, but the speed and timing in which he uses his athleticism to get some of these blocks, case in point, that previous possession is absolutely ridiculous.
Christian Lander, 1 of 2 from the foul line, so it's an 11-4 lead here for the Hilltoppers. On the take, offensive rebound, Coleman-Jones gets his own putback, puts it in. Had 9 points in the last game against Charlotte, a season high. They're looking for more from him off the bench.
Middle Tennessee wasted no time in attacking the rim with Sharp on the bench.
Lander, drive, reverse layup, off the mark. Altered there by Weston as he brings it across. Lawrence, nice up and under move, throws it up. Can't get the scoop shot to go. Here's McKnight. Up ahead, Lander. The southpaw takes the 3 off the heel. Rebound grab, Millen. In transition to the bucket of the two-hand flush. Eli Lawrence throws it down with two hands.
This is what the Blue Raiders want. They want a track meet. They want points in transition.
Bounce pass down low. We're going to get called for a travel, though.
This is what Middle Tennessee wants to do. Pass ahead, get dunks, get layups to set up your press. Middle Tennessee actually has 4 players in the top 10 in Conference USA in transition offensive efficiency. They want to take long rebounds or steals and deflections and move it into transition offense. That is their bread and butter.
Western Kentucky's been without a field goal for the last 3 minutes and change. Middle Tennessee's been able to chip away here as Lawrence now takes a 3, misses off the back iron, and goes out of play back to the Hilltoppers. Lawrence, the junior out of Atlanta, Georgia, with that dunk, leads Middle Tennessee in scoring during home games at 14 per game.
It's something to pay attention to, Alex. When Sharp's on the bench, you just automatically assume the other team's going to attack the rim more aggressively with him being out as the best shot blocker in the country. But rebounding comes into a factor, too. You saw Middle Tennessee send 4 to the offensive glass on that previous jump shot because they think they can get some tip-back dunks with Sharp out.
3-point attempt up top. On the other side, Middle Tennessee. King with it left side. King with the fake. Turnaround. Can't get it to go. In transition, this is Rawls drawing some contact. No whistle. Coming down with it is Elias King. Left open on the wing for 3. No. Ball tapped out of play. Last touch middle. There'll be Hilltopper ball on the other side. 11-8 our score here in Murfreesboro. Stay with us. Happy New Year.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
Just down the road from Music City, we're celebrating the new year here in Murfreesboro with 100 miles of hate. Western Kentucky with the early 11-8 lead over Middle Tennessee. Mike, let's take a look at your keys to the game.
Yeah, for Western Kentucky, they must absorb Middle Tennessee's pressure. The Blue Raiders force almost 17 turnovers per game. That's 30th in the country. Middle Tennessee has to pull Sharp away from the rim. Guarding beyond 10 feet is not his comfort zone. He's best shot blocker in the country, so pull him away from the paint area and put him in as many ball screens as you can.
The defense performing well here in this recent stretch for Middle Tennessee. Western Kentucky's 0 for their last 5 from the field. They have not scored in the last 2 minutes and 19 seconds of gameplay. What's working right now for Middle Tennessee defensively, Mike?
Well, when they score, they can hop in their full court press, and it just naturally slows you down. It also forced 3 really quick jump shots in transition that Western Kentucky doesn't normally shoot.
Allen on the drive, trying to get it to go with the whistle. We get a traveling call. Dante Allen. Another transfer on this Western Kentucky club. Here's Porter left side for the 3. This is short. Middle Tennessee taking a lot of 3s here early. They don't shoot it very well. And it's indicative of what they're doing today. 0 for 6 from downtown already. They cut.
Great defense. Wow, by Elias King. My goodness.
Left side. Rawls misses. Offensive rebound and the putback is good. Allen is there, makes up for the turnover from earlier and gets 2 points for the Hilltoppers.
They need him making those kind of energy and effort plays. Allen's a big-time talent. They need that energy from him now.
Work it down low in Dishman. It's been rather quiet so far in this first half. Dishman, step backs, in and out on the shot. Rebound grabbed by Allen.
You're so worried about your shot getting blocked that you're always going to shoot it short. That's one of the hidden gem skill sets that Jamarion Sharp has, is his ability to make you take shots that you don't practice.
That one gets lost in traffic, and another takeaway here from Middle Tennessee. They've cooled off offensively as well. They're 0 for their last 5 from the field. Drive, reverse layup, miss. Make it 0 for their last 6 as Dishman comes up empty on the reverse. Now in transition, it's Allen with the lay-in.
The pass ahead by Acott, though. Now it's Western Kentucky getting out in transition and taking advantage of poor transition defense by the Blue Raiders.
Middle Tennessee hasn't scored in their last 3 minutes and 8 seconds.
As Allen crashing the offensive glass. They need those offensive rebounding plays from him. And this pass ahead by Acott is such a smart, heady play. It's something that he does really well. You talk about his scoring. He gets almost 12 points a game. The Boise State transfer, Emmanuel Acott. But he's getting 3 dimes a game as well. He's actually 4th in Conference USA in assist-to-turnover ratio. A very underrated playmaker for the Hilltoppers.
Under 10 minutes to go here first half. You can see the rebounding edge for Western Kentucky, 16-9.
That's good defense by Allen. Wow, and he gets a switch.
The whistle and a blocking foul called against Western.
Live, I don't agree with that. That looked like a great charge by Allen. Watch him use his feet, his body, absorbs the contact, keeps his hands up. Now that's either a no call or a charge. I thought that was great defense by Allen. I don't agree with that call. Allen was set.
Weston getting some room on the screen from Dishman, in and out on the shot. Dishman able to get the offensive rebound. That's one is swatted, knocks down a trash can in the process. He got his entire palm on that ball.
If you think you have time, you don't. You have no shot of getting that shot off. His timing is so good, but it's his speed in which he can come up and contest those shots. Wow.
After the miss, a dive on the floor and a foul committed. Hamilton just got a little bit too aggressive there on the dive on the floor.
You think you have space, but that is not enough space for the best shot blocker in the country.
That's the type of block shot that sits with you as a shooter, doesn't it?
Well, and it doesn't help that Middle Tennessee doesn't have a true knockdown three-point shooter, and they haven't been shooting well in this game from the three-point line. 0 for 9 from 3 for the Blue Raiders. If you're not pump faking against Sharp, you're wasting your time. You are. You have to send him to the moon. It's the only way.
Dishman misses again. Middle Tennessee 0 for their last 10 from the field. And there's a takeaway. Bad pass there from Acott. Taking it to the rim for the jam is Weston. Nearly 5 minutes without a point for Middle Tennessee. That drought ends. Now, if you're Western Kentucky, you kind of missed a golden opportunity to build some separation. The lead is only 5. On the take, off the mark. Ball tapped out of play, last touch. Hilltoppers goes back to Middle Tennessee.
Well, the Hilltoppers were doing a terrific job forcing Middle Tennessee to run their half-court offense. They want to get out and run in transition. They want this thing to be a track meet. With McKnight on the bench, you can't have silly, unforced turnovers and allow Middle Tennessee to get out and run in the full court.
Weston. Weston lost it out of play. It goes back to Western Kentucky.
You want to get yourself back into the game, get yourself a steal, get out in transition. I see you, Cam Weston. Serious bounce, trying to get the Blue Raiders back in it.
15-10, Western Kentucky leads it over Middle Tennessee here in Murfreesboro. Now let's take a look at the AT&T 5G fast analysis. The block party has begun here for Sharp.
It's no surprise that he's the best shot blocker in all the land. 7'5", but he has a dangerous combination of length and crazy quick bounce. His timing is perfect virtually every single time. If you're not shot faking when Sharp is closing out, you might as well just hand Western Kentucky this game.
Mike, I got to ask you a question. You ever get your shot blocked like that when you're playing?
Alex, I'm 5'10" on a good day. The amount of times that I've had my shot blocked,
I don't mean like tipped
That's
up
like
in the air.
That's like a kidney punch to my soul, asking me how many times my shot has been blocked.
I meant like that, though, where there's a trash can that gets knocked over at the process.
No, I was way smarter than that. I'm shot faking all day.
You wouldn't let it happen to you twice. I know that.
No question.
Your numbers are too good. Three-pointer on the wing, missed by Allen. And that's something to watch for this Western Kentucky team. They were so good shooting the three as a team early in the season. They really have cooled off in the month of December.
But it's another really quick three after they're breaking the press. Middle Tennessee, every time they're in the press, they're really forcing the Hilltoppers to take contested long-range jumpers.
Another long range, and that one's swatted out of play on the pass, trying to get it to the corner. Hamilton got his hands on it, wanted to steal, upset that he didn't able to catch it. So it'll stay with Middle Tennessee here on the baseline.
It was a terrific recovery by Hamilton as well. He's got himself back into the action.
On the take, Weston with a way off-balance shot. Offensive rebound, Dishman. That one altered there by Sharp. It comes back out into the hands of Weston. Up top, three-point attempt, off the mark. Dishman fighting for it. Look at that battle between Sharp and Dishman there. Advantage the 7'5" guy.
They missed him in the post again. He ran really hard, raced down the floor to establish post position. That's the third time by my count that they've missed Sharp on the post-up.
McKnight and Sharp left wide open underneath after the screen. Now it's Frampton launches a three, hit earlier, misses short that time. Ball ricochets around and off of the shoulder of Acott, and out of play. It'll go back to the Blue Raiders.
Altering shots, getting deflections, getting blocks. That may not count as a block, but you can see what he does.
I don't know, it changed direction there.
It may have on. That was a great look from our camera crew. I actually think, yeah, after that third look, probably giving Sharp the block for that.
That was one where you don't want to cut your fingernails. It was that high off of his finger for the ricochet.
The shot that Dishman had to shoot, because Sharp forces you to take those difficult angled shots.
Rebound, Sharp
so hard without foul.
Comes up empty here. Here's Frampton in transition. Thought about it. Bounces it into the post to Hamilton. Hamilton up and under. There's a block on this end. Here from Middle Tennessee. King way off the mark with a three. Another miss. They are 0 for 13 from downtown are the Blue Raiders.
That was incredible body control by Sharp. Look at this block coming from the weak side. That's Leonard, one of the best shot blockers in Conference USA and the country. We talk so much about Jamarion Sharp, but Leonard's one of the best in the country coming weak side and getting a block. This is a defensive performance tonight, Alex. As you can see, Western Kentucky 6 for 20. Middle Tennessee, only 5 made field goals this afternoon.
Coming up in just a little bit, it's AT&T 5G at the half. Brent Stover, Chris Walker, Pete Gillen, John Rothstein are in our New York studios ready to talk about this one and what else is going on in a big day, New Year's Eve of college basketball. That's all coming your way next on AT&T 5G at the half.
It's a glorious day, Alex Del Barrio, and that's an all-star crew coming up at AT&T at the half.
John Rothstein in studio, Pete Gillen.
Coach Brent Stover, best-dressed TV host in the country as far as I'm concerned.
Certainly the best hair.
No doubt.
Working down low, it's Coleman Jones. Lawrence, left side for three. Got it.
And he can shoot that. Eli Lawrence can shoot that.
That ends a drought of 0 for 12 from downtown in this game for Middle Tennessee. And it's now a three-point game. Both these teams fell on Thursday. It was not Middle's conference opener. They played Rice earlier in the year. They beat Rice, but Rice playing so much better now. They're one of the best offensive teams in the country. They beat Western Kentucky on Thursday. Here's Akot. Both teams trying to avoid an 0 for 2 CUSA opening weekend as McKnight. Baseline, got some friendly roll. Looks like he likes the rim here in Murfreesboro.
Mid-range is his game, and the mid-range jumper is not dead. McKnight is second in the country in mid-range shooting efficiency. That's how much he loves those 15, 17-foot jumpers.
McKnight's also been excellent in the month of December. He's third leading scorer in the country in the month of December, and we get a two-pointer here on the baseline here. As Jared Coleman Jones able to put it in.
Getting a little bit more rhythm to this game now, Alex. Go screen by Frampton, almost got the three.
Working inside to Sharp. Got good position, could not finish. Good defense there from Coleman Jones down low. Coleman Jones calling for it with a clap. Take it in and kick it out. Leonard. Nine on the shot clock here. Leonard. Good defense on this possession from Western. Akot. Wow, did a nice job defensively. I don't know how that one went in, but Leonard able to put it home. And we've got a one-point game here at the Murphy Center. Hamilton. Got it to go. Tough shot. Good defense there from Millen.
That was great defense from Millen. Just a better shot from Hamilton. You want to talk about a high degree of difficulty. Didn't know he had the baby hook like that over the left shoulder.
Lead back to three for the Toppers. Coleman Jones on the baseline. Jab step, drive, lost the handle. And we got a blocking foul called against the Hilltoppers.
Middle Tennessee trying to get back into it. They've been tough shot after tough shot from Leonard. They're down three. Stay with us.
Three-point lead for Western Kentucky in what's been a slugfest when it comes to block shots and turnovers. 20-17 Western Kentucky leads. Coming up next, though, after our game, you'll get in-depth highlights, analysis, that and more on all the hardwood play. It's been a busy day of college basketball. Inside College Basketball will be next right here on CBS Sports Network as we look at the AP Top 10. UConn falls to Xavier today, 83-73, outscored 42-31 in the second half. And you see the rest of the scores there. Kansas, Arizona, and Texas all with victories. Tennessee, Alabama, Arkansas, Purdue all idle today. Gonzaga and Pepperdine a little bit later on.
UConn's first loss of the season against Xavier. That came down to free throws, and you know Coach Dan Hurley's not going to be happy about that. UConn was 4-9 from the free throw line. Xavier 23 for 28. Wow.
So UConn now 14-1 on the season. 3-1, first loss of the Big East, first loss overall for UConn this season. They'll throw it up, alley-oop off for the inbound. They wanted a foul, but didn't get it. And Frampton kind of with a bad pass in traffic. It ends up in the hands of Marshall. And a little bit of a collision there, and Weston is on the floor here for Middle Tennessee.
Just an errant pass by Frampton, and this is a tough collision. Both players took some time before getting up. It's been that kind of game, though. Physical, fast, aggressive. You have a ton of athletes on the floor, but both of these teams play extremely, extremely hard.
Hamilton up top for the three. Got it. Jarius Hamilton from downtown. Shoots it from 33% out there. He had 18 points in that loss to Rice on Thursday. He's got 5 today. Weston lowers the shoulder. Frampton did a nice job. The 6-year senior, the transfer from Davidson, great position defensively. Take a look.
I want you to take a look at this pass from Davion McKnight. This is called a live dribble pass. It's one of the most coveted skills for point guards in college basketball because the defense is just guessing and reacting. They don't know when he's going to throw it. It's not like he puts 2 hands on the basketball. Live dribble passing has become the new fundamental pass in the modern game.
McKnight just with 2 points in the game. We talked about how good he's been in the month of December. He had 24 points against Middle Tennessee in their first matchup last season. But he's been distributing the ball today, 3 assists. And really kind of it's been a struggle for both teams to get any type of rhythm offensively. You mentioned how hard these two teams play, especially when these two teams play each other. Like the physicality goes up, the intensity goes up. Perhaps the nervousness goes up a little bit.
But they do it in different ways, right? Middle Tennessee wants to full court press and deny passes. Western Kentucky wants to bait you into taking bad shots at the end of the shot clock.
Hamilton lost the handle. They're nearly coming down with a rebound.
One thing we haven't really seen from the Hilltoppers today from a defensive standpoint is their 2-3 zone.
Right.
Middle Tennessee prepared a lot for their that zone. As Western Kentucky loves to play that 2-3 zone. They're really good in it.
We're under 2 minutes to go. Anticipation from McKnight, just could not get it. Fingertips were on it. That shot looked like it was blocked there from Hamilton. And now here comes Western Kentucky the other way. Frampton. Left open up top for the 3. Nice play for him. Comes up empty, just a little short. In transition is King.
Both last misses for Frampton have been short. Oh, that's a battle on the post.
Dishman with a push, and then he does the Hogan must pose after it. DeAndre Dishman certainly got the guns to knock just about anybody over.
Uncle Dish is an absolute tank. I thought Hamilton played really solid defense and trying to match the physicality. But you flex like that, I'm running the other way.
We didn't see the flex.
I'm gone. I'm leaving. I don't want any part of that. 7th year in college basketball for DeAndre Dishman. A couple years ago, he actually tore his ACL early in his career. He went 2 years without playing a game. His rehab process was unbelievably long. He's one of the most mentally tough guys I've seen, and Coach McDevitt talks about it all the time. And most players would have just quit. Took him 2 years to get back playing. You see that knee brace on his left knee. Tough as nails, DeAndre Dishman.
He had a phenomenal game, 25 points and 9 rebounds. That semifinal loss to UAB, triple overtime game. Get a jumper there for Western, increases lead up to 6. He's really a dynamite player and a big reason why Middle Tennessee is 8-5 in the season. Speaking of Dishman, working here on Jung. Lost it out of play. Last touch Dishman. It'll stay with Western. And we got a timeout taken here by Coach Cunningham. We'll step aside for a moment. Western Kentucky's got 38.7 to think about it. We'll be back. Lead up to 6 for the Hilltoppers, 25-19 with 38 and 7/10 seconds remaining here in Murfreesboro in the first half on this wonderful New Year's Eve. A busy day of college sports, not just college basketball, but College football as well. Music City Bowl going on just down the road over in Nashville. Three-point shooting, not very good today. Either of these teams.
But both teams, when I say, how do I know that they're playing really hard, there's only been 6 total free throws taken. I've always been under the impression that the harder you play, the less you foul.
Here's Lander. To the cutter, taking it to the rim. What a play. Throwing it down is Tyrone Marshall from just down the road in Nashville, the transfer from Colby Community College. Time winding down, 2 seconds. Off-balance shot, tip in from Dishman, comes up empty, and the second effort from Leonard is off the mark. 27-19 our score at the half. They're coming over the table to take a look at that, but that looked to be well after the horn sounded. Let's take one more look at it here, Mike.
Well, live, it looked like there was no shot that they'd get it off in time. Yeah, I mean, that's clearly no bucket. That's a good effort, Bud Leonard, but no bucket.
So Western Kentucky with an 8-point advantage after the half with our crew in New York. That's coming your way next. 6-point. Well, you can't come to this part of Tennessee without having some Hattie B's hot chicken. Western Kentucky starting to heat up at the end of the first half. 27-19, they lead it over Middle Tennessee at the break here in a Conference USA showdown on CBS Sports Network. And we welcome you back courtside. Alex DeBario alongside Mike O'Donnell. And Mike, a very sluggish start offensively for both of these teams, but Western Kentucky started to figure things out there at the end of the first half.
I think the Hilltoppers are doing a great job controlling the pace and tempo of this game, particularly their defense. A lot of times we talk about their offense, but it's been their defense in the first half. Particularly when you talk about Western Kentucky's offense, I want you to watch this. Ghost screen from Luke Frampton. The ghost screen happens. It's a fake ball screen, which then allows him to come over and set a great pick for Marshall, and then all the way around for the dunk. The ghost screen gives great spacing for Western Kentucky. That gives the opportunity for Frampton to hit him with the pin down. Nice curl cut dunk for Marshall. Good offense for Western Kentucky.
Take a look at the first half numbers. Look at that field goal percentage from Middle Tennessee, just 25%, and that's because they made a few buckets near the end of that first half. And not a lot of free throws being taken, and then, as you said, they started 0 for 12 from downtown, 1 of 13, though.
And that's the big one. And one of the reasons why that's a big one is it's not because they're just 1 of 13. It's that they've taken too many threes and too many contested threes. And if you're Western Kentucky, you're staying with that defensive philosophy.
Well, let me ask you this. When you have a player like Sharp in the middle, are players thinking, I can't drive, I need to shoot?
Yeah, that's not what they talked about in practice yesterday. In practice, they said, we want to challenge Sharp. We want to get him into foul trouble. And I don't think Middle Tennessee is following through on what they practiced yesterday.
We're getting underway in the second half. What was the conversation like in that Middle Tennessee locker room?
Energy is there. Defense is pretty good. Offensively, they need to run more continuity. They went right in and tried to attack Sharp.
5 on the shot clock here. Running out of time. Lawrence with an off-balance shot. Off the heel. Comes up empty. Offensive rebound, though, here for the Blue Raiders. Dishman. Now it's Leonard working his way. Thought about taking the shot from there. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Weston with it up high. Weston gonna drive. Lost Leonard in the process. Pardon me, Sharp in the process. We're gonna whistle, and it's gonna be an offensive foul called against Western Kentucky. Pardon me, against Middle Tennessee.
Wow, I thought Dishman was just playing here. The ball fake allowed Dishman to get the offensive rebound. You got to just play on there. That's a play on foul call.
Well, especially since both players kind of making an effort for the ball there. See Coach Nick McDevitt.
I wouldn't be happy either, because that's how physical it was in the first half.
Yeah.
I don't think, Dishman, that's just two guys going up. I mean, you get him a little bit with the forearm, but don't agree with that call.
All right, so here he comes, Western Kentucky. Built an 8-point lead at the break. They had a rough stretch offensively for about 7 or 8 minutes in there in that first half, and then able to figure things out, build a lead. Aycott now to Frampton. Here Aycott saying move. Now he's going to launch a 3 with the shot clock winding down to 2. Comes up empty, in and out on that shot.
We're pulling Sharp away now. 5-out offense for Middle Tennessee.
Leonard short on that jump. McKnight in transition, works his way into the lane. Nice move, but it's blocked from behind. Ends up in the hands of Aycott. Out to Frampton on the wing. Trying to get it to Sharp. He couldn't hang on to it. Ball is loose on the floor. Here comes Middle Tennessee. This is what they do in transition. Weston drawing some contact off the window. Tap. Second effort, no. Third effort is good. Leonard with the bucket. Six-point game now. Darius Hamilton works his way in, misses off the back iron. Here comes Middle Tennessee off of the miss.
Back to their 5-out motion offense. You could see they are really trying to pull Sharp away from the rim.
Bucket! Justin Buford from downtown. 2 straight made threes from Middle Tennessee after they missed their first 12 from downtown. It's a 3-point game here in Murfreesboro. McKnight on the block, off-balance shot, can't get it. Sharp fighting for it, but it's taken away. Here's Lawrence. 3-pointer away from tying this one up. Leonard on a baseline. That one is blocked. And Sharp again and commits the foul. Free throws coming up here for Middle.
Almost a renewed sense of energy and pride by the Blue Raiders for attacking the rim. They are not afraid of Sharp at the start of this second half. The 5-out offense is pulling Sharp away, and they've got more continuity. Good second half adjustments by Coach McDevitt and the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders.
First one is good there from Leonard.
Just a big fan of T. Leonard Jr.'s game. Averages 8 points a game as a sophomore, and he's actually voted Conference USA's breakout player in the almanac of the Field of 68's almanac coaches poll.
We've got a 1-point game. Middle Tennessee has never led. The only tie is when it was 0-0.
This is where they're really good. Full court press. Trying to speed the Hilltoppers up. And look up at the shot clock. 12 seconds before they get into their offense.
Aycott.
Offensive.
And Leonard is fired up drawing that charge.
How good has T. Leonard Jr. been for the Blue Raiders? He's attacked the rim, moved his feet, sold it just enough to where almost got called for that Class B technical foul for flopping. Took it in the chest, though.
1-point game. Holman Jones working it inside, comes up empty on the shot, working on Sharp. Here's McKnight in transition, out to Frampton, left open for the 3, got it! Luke Frampton from downtown. He missed his last 2 from 3 after he made his first attempt from downtown. He's now 2 of 4, he's got 6 in the game. There's a takeaway, Frampton getting on the floor for it. Here comes the whistle and the jump ball. And possession arrow gives it back to Western Kentucky.
Boy, this has been a great start to the second half. If the Blue Raiders start knocking down threes like this, look out. We got a ball game.
Middle Tennessee is starting to make it interesting here in the second half. Western Kentucky, though, with a 4-point lead here. Tomorrow at noon Eastern, we'll bring you a women's hoops tripleheader. We'll start with a Big East matchup between Villanova and Xavier, followed by Davidson taking on Fordham. Our coverage concludes with Air Force on the road against New Mexico. You can catch it all right here on CBS Sports Network. Now, we've talked about Middle Tennessee boasting one of the top home atmospheres in the country, certainly in Conference USA. Fourth most wins among the current CUSA teams in terms of victories in their home arena. You see it right there, 527, but you just said it to me right now. No one's beaten EA Diddle Arena.
Absolutely not. It's one of the best atmospheres in college basketball as far as I'm concerned, regardless of conference. Incredible amount of history at Diddle Arena.
With Middle Tennessee very good in their last 22 games here at home, 21-1. There was a 20-game win streak. A loss coming earlier this year to Chattanooga. That was back on December the 15th. They were perfect 15-0 last season here at the Murphy Center. Tell me what you saw in those first 4 minutes, Mike.
Well, for Middle Tennessee, they're 5-out offense, and they're trying to really spread Western Kentucky's defense out, and it's working. They've got way more continuity on the offensive end.
Knight on the take, out to Frampton in the corner, open for the three, air ball that time. There might have been some contact there from Lawrence as he tried to get in on that shot. Aycott gets his paw on it and able to get it in transition.
That's bad pass from Porter.
Oh, nice pass down low into Sharp, comes up empty on the layup attempt.
Coach Cunningham was screaming for a foul.
On the other side, throwing it up and throwing it down, Leonard. It's a 2-point game. Frampton floated it up, trying to get an alley-oop to Sharp. Good anticipation on defense. They can tie it, and they do! T. Leonard Jr. with the throwdown, and we're tied for the first time. McKnight silences this Murphy Center crowd, gives the lead back to Western Kentucky.
When you've got a player like Davion McKnight on the road, you've always got a chance. Nothing rattles that young man. He is even keeled.
McKnight's been one of the best scorers in the country in the month of December. Only has 4 in the game. We get a whistle. That shot goes up there from Eli Lawrence.
This is defense to offense. Vintage Middle Tennessee basketball. If you're late, if you're walking, you're going to get dunked on. How good has Leonard been in this game? 12 points this afternoon, 6 rebounds. He's been everywhere this afternoon.
Free throw attempts here from Lawrence. It's a 71% free throw shooter.
Eli Lawrence just has that scores mentality. He's had that since arriving on campus in Middle Tennessee. He always talks about his favorite players, D'Angelo Russell, the lefty.
So misses on the second, so he can only tie it here at 32. You see the numbers there on Leonard, 12 points, 6 boards.
And it's been his defense, too.
Yep.
Had a couple monster blocks in the first half. It's just been an outstanding game for T. Leonard Jr.
One more here for Lawrence. Off the back iron. Frampton goes to get it. Up ahead quickly to McKnight. McKnight lost the handle. They wanted to travel. Got it. Should have been one.
Should have got it. Yep. That absolutely should have been a travel. Really smart fan base here at the Glass House. They've been on it.
Lander on the drive, off the glass, too strong. Here come the Raiders. That one blocked by Sharp. Comes back out, three-point attempt, Lawrence. Too strong, Sharp, skies up for it.
Look how hard Sharp plays. Gets the block, gets himself back into position to get the rebound. Love it. Oh my goodness.
Under end. Tough shot, McKnight.
Just filthy body control.
Starting to heat up a bit. He's got 6, 4 on these last few possessions after a very quiet first half. And he's been the third leading scorer in the country in the month of December, but very quiet today. And on this end, three-pointer from Middle Tennessee. After being ice cold from downtown in the first half, they are definitely heating up from beyond the arc. All tied up at 34. Middle Tennessee has the energy going here at the Murphy Center. We're all knotted up at 34 here at the Murphy Center on this New Year's Eve. Now the Hilltoppers are back Thursday night as they take on the Mean Green of North Texas. It'll be at EA Diddle Arena. Tip-off begins at 9 Eastern. You can watch it right here on CBS Sports Network as we take a look at the Conference USA standings. You can see Middle Tennessee, Western Kentucky, both with losses already up at the top. FAU, you love that team. UAB, pretty good as well.
Yeah, UAB's 11-2. They got a net ranking of 61. FAU's net ranking 10. They're 10th in the country in the net. 2 quad 1 wins. Dusty May, he's the coach of the year. And this might be play of the game. Davion McKnight, he just spin cycle, the up and under. I mean, Alex, as many times as I could try to do that, outside, maybe on a little Tykes hoop, I couldn't come close to matching how beautiful that was from McKnight.
It was always one of those where you'd lower the rim to 7 or 8 feet so you could try those moves in the driveway.
6 feet for me.
Yeah. Here's McKnight. You knew you weren't going to keep him quiet for an entire game. Here on the drive, Lander, that one is rejected. Dishman getting his hands on it this time. And once again, I'll tell you what, Lander spent a lot of time on the deck, either diving for balls or getting involved in collisions. Here's another one here.
It's a good take, though. That's a great jab step. I love wings, hybrid wings like Lander that utilize that jab step. Just need a little bit of daylight to get yourself going downhill.
Christian Lander's father, Keith, played football at Western Kentucky. Again, had been player at Indiana, just kind of fell out of Mike Woodson's rotation there after Archie Miller was no longer the coach. Archie Miller was the one that recruited him. On the drive and the take, and Middle Tennessee has their first lead of the game. Justin Porter, the sophomore from Cypress Ridge High School, the transfer from Tyler Junior College, gives the Blue Raiders their first lead of the game. McKnight floats one up and puts it in. I told you during the break he was about to go off, and starting to get signs of that happening. Tied up at 36. Bounce pass. Fishman. It's tied up there with Jarius Hamilton, and a foul is called.
Middle Tennessee's back in this in more than one way. When they're making plays like that, ooh, we got a ball game. Stay with us.
It's always a battle between Middle and Western here in Conference USA, all tied up at 36 here. Let's revisit the AT&T 5G fast analysis. And Leonard's been great.
T. Leonard Jr. is a definition of a two-way player. What does a two-way player mean? He can get it done on both ends of the floor. Layups, charges, block shots. He's top 30 in the country in block shots. Oh, pretty good athlete, too, with the big-time finish.
So much emotion you're getting from Leonard in this game. And early, this game was very choppy. Both teams really couldn't find a rhythm. We had that really long delay on them looking at a goaltend, and I felt they kind of took any type of potential early flow out of the game. But lately, the back and forth here in the second half, man, it's been very good.
It's the most entertaining 36-36 game that I've ever been around, actually. It's been such a dynamic to watch the second half adjustments, particularly Middle Tennessee. Coach McDevitt went to that 5-out offense immediately and tried to pull Sharp away from the rim. One of the best adjustments. And speaking of adjustments, Leonard on his head. Oh no, on his head. Wow.
Off of the inbounds, Leonard throws it down. What an alley-oop play. Middle Tennessee back out in front. On the other side.
This is great. This is great.
Tyrone Marshall answers back. Western Kentucky back out in front by 1.
Why not? Why not, Leonard Jr.? You do you. You do everything this afternoon for Middle Tennessee.
Right on cue after his highlight package runs, hits a big 3. Now Allen on this end. Let's just have a 3-point shootout right now here in Murfreesboro. Western Kentucky back up 1. There's a takeaway. In transition, here comes Marshall to McKnight. Left-hand layup is good. Transition buckets for Western Kentucky.
Marshall deserves a lot of credit passing ahead to McKnight. That little bounce pass ahead in transition got him the bucket.
13 fast break points for Western Kentucky in this one. 3-pointer on the left side. Another 3. This team was 0 for 12 to start the game from downtown. They're now 6 of 18 from beyond the arc. Beg your pardon, 5 of 17 from beyond the arc. But they are 4 for 4 in this half. And another 3-pointer.
I need some
top
water.
of the key.
I need some water.
Jarius Hamilton. Western Kentucky had started the season one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country. They still are pretty good, but they've cooled off in the month of December. But in this game, they are 7 of 19 from downtown. That's 37%. Leonard. Nearly taken away there. They said it was off of his knee, but no, it'll stay with the Blue Raiders.
This is a ridiculous lob off the baseline out of bounds to Leonard. You could stare down after that one. And then let's get into some 3-point shooting. First, Marshall gets onto the action. Then Middle Tennessee gets hot. This has been an unbelievably fun sequence of college basketball.
You get a 3, and you get a 3.
Yeah.
Underneath, Fishman tied up. Works that muscle inside again and draws another foul.
That was a tired foul by Hamilton. It's the first time in this game that Hamilton's actually looked a little bit tired and was late to try to contest Dishman.
By the way, you okay after that alley-oop play-by-play?
Sweating.
Yeah.
Full sweating right now. I have 3 empty water bottles by my feet right now. This is great. How can you not be romantic about college basketball? This game has been awesome.
Sharp coming back into the game. Out there with Acott, Marshall, McKnight. Dante Allen out there as well.
We showed you just a few minutes ago the standings in Conference USA, and we talked about how deep Conference USA is this season. Asked Coach McDevitt at practice yesterday, I go, how deep is Conference USA? He goes, oh, I'm telling you right now. He goes, it is deep. It's the deepest since I've been here, and some of the deepest the Conference USA has been in the last decade. He goes, it's great for you guys. It's horrible for me, though.
Acott on the left block. Been kind of quiet today offensively. Works his way inside. Says, I want to play too. He's got 7 after that bucket there. Western Kentucky, 6 of their last 6 from the field. Each team has made their last 3 3-pointers. Heat check. Tyler Millen says, I want to play too. That's his second three. Pardon me, his first three. We're all tied up at 49. Let's take a look at the series history in the 100 miles of hate when it comes to college hoops. Western Kentucky leading the all-time series 97-45, but Middle Tennessee's been better as of late. We should mention, though, Coach Rick Stansbury not coaching tonight. Phil Cunningham, associate head coach, is coaching. Now, a couple of years ago, he coached 2 games against Middle Tennessee, won both of those games.
They're just trying to stay consistent in Western Kentucky, really. That's what it comes down to. We certainly hope a speedy recovery for Coach Stansbury. I hope he feels a lot better.
Coach, we miss you. Wish you were here. Hope you're enjoying the festivities of this one. Back and forth.
Great defense.
McKnight, off-balance shot, misses. Coming up with the rebound is Eli Lawrence. Pulls up. Got it. He leads the Blue Raiders in scoring here at home. He's got 8 in this game. Middle Tennessee has made their last 7 shots. 2-point lead from Middle. 3-point attempt. Way off the mark that time. Dante Allen with the miss. Nearly a steal there from Aycott. Up top. Why not? Coleman Jones. Again, this team was 0 for 12 from 3. Middle Tennessee making some noise from downtown. They're up 5. That might be the largest piece of cotton candy I think I've ever seen in my life. 54-49. Those kids, I think, are enjoying the cotton candy. They should be enjoying the threes that are being made.
I'm jealous. Blue cotton candy is my kryptonite. I'll get sick off that stuff. And he looks like he is enjoying that.
Go to town,
It's a good
kid.
peel, too. It's a good peel, right? Because you got to have the spin as you're peeling. Excellent form by my man on the left. No wasted movement. Goes right to the mouth. That's awesome. Crowd's been great, too, here on New Year's Eve. It's been fantastic. The energy in this building, in the glass house. It's a beautiful court, beautiful arena.
8-0 run for Middle Tennessee. They have their largest lead of the game at 5. They are a perfect 6 of 6 from beyond the arc. This is not a good three-point shooting team when you look at the numbers. Near the bottom of the country in three-point field goal percentage. But they have been phenomenal from downtown in this second half.
And both teams have shot the ball well in the second half. Middle Tennessee only had 19 points at halftime. They have 35 already.
Middle Tennessee has 7 threes in the game, Mike. 7 different players have made a 3.
Sharing the sugar.
McKnight draws the foul.
When you need a bucket, to get yourself calmed down, there are very few players in the country that play more even-keeled and level-headed than Davion McKnight. He always understands time, score, possession. When his team needs a bucket, he is the guy.
Preseason All-Conference USA, was first team All-CUSA last year, averaging 16 a game and 5.5 rebounds. He scored half of Western Kentucky's 64 points in the win over Wright State earlier in the year.
It's just great to see him back on the court, too, Alex. He had such a scary fall and foul in the previous game just 2 days ago against Rice, where he hurt his neck. He had to be taken off as a stretcher.
Coach Cunningham did say that a lot of that might have been precautionary, just to double check. You can't be too careful when it comes to head and neck injuries, but he said he was feeling good pretty much immediately after. He had a great practice yesterday, you and I were here for. And we were pretty sure he was going to go, and he hasn't been 100% tonight, but he's been very good. 4 on the shot clock. Porter has it stripped away. Ball is loose. They'll give it to Akon.
Now, right on cue, that was McKnight on the recovery, getting that deflection.
Look at the tenacity here from Lawrence defensively. Left open is Marshall for the 3. That one too strong. Lawrence misses. Ends a string of 8 made buckets in a row for Middle Tennessee.
Coach McDevitt has his hands behind his head because he knows that is a bad shot in semi-transition.
McKnight showing off the handles now. Pull up, step back, fall away, no. Sharp, offensive rebound, goes up with it, draws the foul. And the 7'5" Jamarian Sharp is headed to the free throw line.
And the coaching staff is going to say, that's a hungry Jamar Sharp. That's the way we want him to play. Being aggressive, attacking the offensive glass.
The Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year last year. You have to believe he's the heavy favorite to do that again.
He's going to be in the running for National Defensive Player of the Year.
And you talk about the big men that have played here at Western Kentucky. Of course, I remember Bassey from a few years ago. Now with San Antonio.
But this is the next evolution of his game, is becoming more consistent from the free throw line. When you watch his form, he has some pretty good energy transfer on his release. I think he's got great backspin. He has the ability to become a more than just adequate free throw shooter, which would completely change his game and the way teams defend him.
4-point lead here for the Raiders.
First time we're seeing this 2-3 zone for Western Kentucky.
Trying to pass right down the baseline for Dishman, and Frampton deflects it out of play. It'll stay with the Blue Raiders. Well, it's gotten loud in here, hasn't it, partner?
It's been great. The crowd it just hasn't been loud, but it's been a really smart crowd as well.
Lawrence up high. Leonard gets Frampton to bite. Drives it in. Sharp. That was one of those plays where you're taking a shot because the guy in front of you is 7'5", and it's way off balance. That one's knocked out of play. Foul committed in the process. Free throws for McKnight.
You can feel what McKnight wants to do now. He knows that he's getting these fouls. And he knows that Middle Tennessee is starting to get a little bit lax in transition defense, so he has stayed in downhill attack mode.
So McKnight will go to the free throw line. He's got 11 points, 5-11 from the field. Just his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
It's a great way to extend this 5 minutes and 17 seconds. That's the guy you want at the line. He's over 80% from the free throw line.
Because you have to believe, for Western Kentucky, the longer this game goes, it's in their favor. See what he's done those previous 4 games, leading Conference USA in scoring. Again, 3rd in the country in the month of December.
Those 4 games, he was shooting 67% from the field. As a guard, that is an absurd number.
Middle Tennessee's kind of cooled off a little bit. Missed their last 2. Haven't scored in the last 2 minutes. Trying to get a bounce pass down low into Dishman. Deflected out of play. It'll stay with the Raiders.
2 possessions in a row where Western Kentucky went to their 2-3 zone, and both times Middle Tennessee looked like they were playing on their heels, a little bit unsure on how to attack that 2-3 zone.
Justin Buford has come in here for Middle Tennessee. They ran an alley-oop play on the baseline earlier. Left open is Lawrence in the corner. He shoots a 3 and misses. Out of play. Last touch, Middle Tennessee. Official on the baseline needed some help. And it goes to Western Kentucky.
That's a good look from 3 on the baseline out of bounds. Middle Tennessee actually worked on that in practice yesterday, trying to get that opposite corner 3.
Reach-in foul called against Lawrence.
Coach McDevitt points. He takes his finger and he points to his head. He looks at Lawrence. You got to think. You got to think that's a silly foul. You've got the momentum, you've got the lead, under 5 left. We're in crunch time mode. Every possession, it comes at a premium. No reason to take unforced chances. They try to go inside Akon.
7 on the shot clock. Bounce pass to the cutter. McKnight. What a pass. Shot attempt off balance. Comes up empty. Here come the Raiders. In transition. Dish off. Dishman. No basket, they say. Offensive foul.
There's Weston. Puts Sharp in hostage situation. A good dump off. Frampton above the restricted circle. What a smart play by Frampton, and he's hurting. He just popped up. He had to go on his knees. He looked exhausted and took a shot from Weston.
He's a bit shaken up on the baseline here.
Yeah, he's hurting. You could see him, he's trying to rev himself back up.
Pressure in the backcourt here from Middle Tennessee as we approach the 4-minute mark. Western Kentucky led for a huge chunk of play. Middle Tennessee has outscored Western Kentucky 35-24 here in the second half, and what a tough shot and make there.
But the quick decision in the ball fake by Hamilton is what allowed him to get that shot inside of 4 feet. That's a big-time move by Jarius Hamilton.
A 1-point game now. Middle Tennessee only had 19 points in that first half. They have 35 here in the second half, but they have not scored in the last 3.5 minutes. Now they're hesitant to take those threes. Now in the corner, Lawrence open at the horn. His second from downtown. He's got 11, a double-double for Lawrence with 11 points and 10 rebounds. Frampton for 3, in and out. McKnight fighting for it. Sharp had it for a second. Volley balls around off of his fingertips in the hands of Middle Tennessee. They've got numbers.
Smart decision. Really smart decision by Lawrence. Pulling that back out, run your offense. He knows what the score is. He understands the time. Heady play.
Raiders slowing things down with a 4-point lead. 2:43 to play. Weston works his way inside on Sharp. That one rejected by Sharp. Here come the Hilltoppers in transition. They'll slow down. What a defensive play there from Sharp.
Middle Tennessee isn't just shooting it well, they are on fire from the three-point line. Little kickback 3. They're up 4.
Well, the 3 ball has been falling here in the second half, Mike O'Donnell.
We had a stretch on where Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee, they both hit 3 threes in a row. It was a beautiful offensive performance. I don't know about the defense, but Middle Tennessee's 5-out offense, that change in the second half proved to be the difference maker in getting that lead and getting hot from 3. 7 different Blue Raiders have made a 3 this afternoon. They have been lights out.
You know, entering the game here, well, let's take a look here at the numbers from today. 1 of 13. Middle Tennessee actually made their last 3-pointer at the end of the first half, and then they made their first 7 threes in the second half. So we take a look at those keys one more time.
And they're trying to, I think Western Kentucky did a pretty good job of handling Middle Tennessee's pressure. And then they've done a really nice job of pulling Sharp away in the second half. But in the first half, they couldn't pull him away from the rim at all. He was blocking shots left and right. Still has 4 blocks, right on the money for his average. The ball pressure of Middle Tennessee has been so good on the perimeter that they haven't been able to, Western Kentucky has not been able to get a clean look into Sharp in the post.
Frampton coming off the screen looking for the three, misses that time. So there's McKnight right there, offensive rebound, put back off the window, too strong. Went way too hard off of the glass there. As we hit 2 minutes remaining. Fishman on the baseline, works his way inside. Sharp alters that shot. Here's McKnight. Frampton trying to work it down low. That's a steal. Good anticipation there from Dishman.
It's a poor pass by Luke Frampton. You can't just throw it directly at Sharp. You got to lead that pass away from where the defender is positioning themselves.
4-point lead from Middle Tennessee. Just under 90 seconds to go. Stay with us. 4-point lead for the Blue Raiders here. Just a tremendous second half for Middle Tennessee after falling behind 27-19 in the first half. They are outscoring Western Kentucky 38-26 in the second half.
On both sides of half court, Middle Tennessee has been really, really good in the second half. And they got hot from three, but their defense was stout.
And here's the thing about them getting hot from three. They're 320th in the country in three-point field goal percentage.
Lob.
This time Frampton got his fingertips on it, but it ends up back in the hands of Leonard, and he jams it home. Largest lead of the game here for the Raiders. Western Kentucky needs a bucket here.
Well, you know what McKnight's doing.
McKnight from the foul line. Off the mark. Pulling it off the rim. There is Eli Lawrence. Did he get up for that one?
Oh, my goodness. What a board.
He could have put a quarter on the top of the backboard. He jumped so high.
Yeah, you got to make a play here defensively. Not foul yet, but you got to make a play defensively for the Hilltoppers.
Lob underneath, laying it up and in. Elias King extends the Middle Tennessee lead to 8. And things coming unraveled here for the Hilltoppers. Out to Acox for three. Got it. Timeout, Hilltoppers. Cuts the deficit to 5. Western Kentucky trying to stay alive. Five-point lead for Middle Tennessee. A timeout taken there for the Hilltoppers. Let's take a look at the last couple of plays here.
They've tried to look for 2 different lobs and didn't get it the first time, but this is Leonard Jr. making another play for the Blue Raiders. The spacing was really good on this next possession, and that's such an easy lob attempt for Elias King. T. Leonard Jr. in this game has been awesome. 19 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, multiple blocks, and he is pumped. I'd be smiling too if I was playing like that.
Well, he plays with so much energy and emotion.
It's awesome. And the Conference USA coaches, they voted him as Conference USA Breakout Player of the Year on the Field of 68's The Almanac. And you want to talk about a breakout game? Wow.
.33 and 5/10 seconds to play here in Murfreesboro. Western Kentucky with some pressure defensively here in the backcourt. Get it into Weston. And a foul committed. That's just the 6th team foul.
And why that's of significance is it's just more time that's going to come off the clock because Western Kentucky has to foul.
Now, as a team, Middle Tennessee just a 66% free throw shooting team.
And if you're Middle Tennessee, you have to secure the basketball. Your screens have to be strong. You know that Western's going to switch virtually every time, and you have to secure the ball right here. Yep.
Acock commits the foul, and it's Lawrence that's going to the line. Lawrence just 1 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. He shoots it At right about 71% entering the game today. He's probably one of the guys you want at the foul line if you're Western Kentucky. Boy, a 42-point second half here from Middle Tennessee.
If you're Western Kentucky, you can't waste any time on a make or miss. You've got to go, and you have to find your shooters. The ball should go immediately into the hands of Davion McKnight, who has to look ahead, because you're thinking three if you can get it. You don't have to get a three, but if you get a two, it has to be quick.
Barnes, the lefty. Good on the front end.
Middle Tennessee's going to switch everything. You just heard Coach McDevitt switch everything. And no silly fouls here. The last thing you want is the clock stopped.
Two for two at the line. Big free throws there for Middle. McKnight trying to make something happen here late. Gets it to Acott. Made it three earlier. Acott with a runner of the lane. Got it to go. Where has that been from Emmanuel Acott in this game today? Foul committed in the backcourt by Allen. More free throws coming up here for Middle. Western Kentucky cuts it back to 5 after the made bucket.
And it's a good bucket, but that's a lot of time that came off the clock.
Yep.
14.5 left. And you're thinking it has to be three right now. Has to be three.
Western Kentucky does not have a timeout remaining. Good on the free throw. It's just going to be hard. No timeouts left.
But you still can't relax here. Middle Tennessee, find your shooters.
Right.
You know the guy on the floor, one of the best three-point shooters in the country, is Luke Frampton. So you're trying to find him. He's taking the ball out of bounds now. You just got to go. Got to get a shot up.
Up to 7, Acott. Running out of time, under 10 seconds. Going to take it to the rim. They'll take that.
They'll live with that all day.
6.4 to go. And there's going to be a touchdown pass to Dishman. It's loose. 1 second to let it come off of the clock. And that's going to do it. A tremendous comeback here for Middle Tennessee. 46-33. They outscore the Hilltoppers in the second half and come up with a 65-60 victory, picking up their second win in Conference USA play. Tremendous second half. For Mike O'Donnell, I'm Alex Sabario saying so long from Murfreesboro.